what I did to showcase some of our local and best oysters, the green rated oysters that we have, I went ahead and grabbed some of our Marin Miyagi oysters. These are a Pacific variety of oysters. I do have a nice oyster shucker. Please do not use a screwdriver or a paring knife, because paring knives could be very dangerous and you might end up accidentally hurting yourself, cutting yourself. The recipe includes a classic remoulade sauce, and you'll find different variations on this. It is essentially like a really savory mayonnaise-based sauce. I went ahead and picked some tarragon from our garden. I also picked some fennel. I have some baby parsley here. I put in some chives as well. You can either use some green onions or some spring onion in this case. You could use shallots. This happens to be cornichon, the little French pickle. And then we also have some capers. So that brininess is almost automatic, that goes really well with oysters. To kind of bring it all in together is to put a little bit of Dijon mustard in there. So you basically chop everything up nice and fine, and then you mix it all into your mayonnaise base. You could have put a little bit of garlic in there. It calls for a touch of paprika. So I have my sauce all ready to go. You may need like a safety glove that you can wear. I have become comfortable by using a kitchen towel, and they also have the hinge down here at the very bottom. And that's what we're looking for, is the hinge, because that's the entry point for the tip of the oyster shucker. And I'm gonna wiggle a little bit as I'm pushing in, but not pushing so hard to the point where it slides through and it damages straight into the oyster. I want to go up over the top and then flip it and lift the top of the top shell lid off. And then I will take the blade and kind of scrape down where that abductor muscle is. That's the connector that has the connection for both the top and the bottom shell. I'm going to go ahead and put them into my buttermilk mixture. And this is buttermilk with a tiny bit of chili sauce, some lemon zest, and then a little salt and pepper. Now that we have our oysters right here, you can let them marinate for just a little bit in this mixture. A little bit of flour, all-purpose flour. And then I do happen to have a combination mixture that is some panko breadcrumbs as well as some standard breadcrumbs. I'm going to take the oyster, very lightly coat them in the flour, but I'm going to go back into the buttermilk mix. I'm going to go straight into the breading. Now I have some neutral oil that's been heating up. So now that we have our oil in our pan, basically about, maybe it might be about 325 to 350 degrees. Now in this case, what I'm going to do is basically fry these maybe for about 30 seconds on each side. I'm looking at the color and the brownness on the outside. So what I'm going to do now is take these off and drain them. Taking these and just kind of arranging them around. One other thing that ties in really nicely could be some lemon. If you wanted to hit a little lemon zest right over the top, and this should be really fantastic with the Virtue. If you have a sip of the wine first and you go and you dunk right into that, and then go back to your wine again, it should be a really nice mix. Another fun element and a surprise little thing that I thought I would pull out is to be able to do a nice oyster po' boy. So this is oyster, all the same exact fried oysters, along with some nice butter lettuce. Here's some more of the shaved crunchy vegetables that I thought I would put on here for garnish. And I can use that exact same remoulade. It has the acid, it's got that richness, it's got the fresh herbs in there. So I can use that and build myself a nice oyster po' boy.